No other holiday is celebrated quite like Christmas. No one queues up their favorite St. Paddy's Day TV specials, and certainly no one goes around on April 30th singing their favorite Arbor Day songs. But it's probably in the realm of movies that Christmas really stands out. The amount of Christmas movies, good, bad, and everything in between, is simply staggering.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
And we all watch some every year, whether it's catching 20 minutes of Home Alone 2 on TV, or lovingly placing your well-worn copy of White Christmas into the player. I'm Nostalgic Nick for Do You Remember, and today we'll be counting down some of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Dad, that thing wouldn't fit in our yard.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
And before anyone objects, we're talking about full-length Hollywood movies that had a theatrical release. So unfortunately, no Charlie Brown and no animated Grinch. Those are for another countdown for sure. If this video makes you merry, please hit that thumbs up button for us. And subscribe to our channel for even more throwback goodies. But now, let's get jolly. Miracle on 34th Street. We all remember the moment when doubt started to creep in. Maybe there isn't actually a whole army of elves living at the North Pole, making toys for the good boys and girls of the world. It was a sad realization for all of us. But for anyone looking to recapture a little of the wonder of childhood, then Miracle on 34th Street is the perfect Christmas movie for you. The film stars a young Natalie Wood as a skeptical little girl who doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
I'm Santa Claus. Oh, you don't believe then, do you?
Until she meets a kindly old man named Kris Kringle. Kringle is forced to undergo a psychiatric evaluation after claiming to be the actual real-life Father Christmas. Until in an iconic scene, the US Post Office hand-delivers him hundreds of children's letters addressed to Santa. Miracle on 34th Street instantly became a Christmas classic when it came out in 1947, even though it was released in the summer of 47. And the film's trailer strangely omitted any reference to Christmas or Santa.
That is the greatest picture I have ever made.
But the old bait and switch worked, and the now colorized movie is a family favorite every year. It's also the reason so many of us had to tug on Santa's beard for proof. I'm sure the mall Santas loved that. A Christmas Story. You'll Shoot Your Eye Out will be familiar to any kid who's had his Christmas gift dreams shattered by a mean old adult, as Ralphie Parker's were in A Christmas Story.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
This classic movie is a series of vignettes that focus on young Ralphie's determined quest to acquire a Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle with a compass in the stock for Christmas.
Oh, it was beautiful. I could hardly wait to try it out.
The film's iconic moments are almost too many to mention, from a tongue freezing to a flagpole, to the most sensual lamp of all time. A Christmas Story has become an eternal part of our cultural zeitgeist. But when the movie was first released, it somehow was an initial bomb, even leaving most theaters before Christmas Day. Fortunately, the once cult film has now become almost inescapable. Since 1997, a 24-hour marathon of the film has been broadcast every year on Christmas Eve, and it's been estimated that at least 1/6 of the country tunes in at some point to watch Ralphie do battle with Scut Farkus and get his mouth washed out with soap. Oh fudge. Home Alone. It's every kid's dream, right? The house to yourself, unlimited access to pizza and candy, no adults telling you what to do.
I made my family disappear.
Well, the dream quickly turned into a nightmare for Kevin McAllister in the movie Home Alone, as he was forced to invent increasingly more complicated traps to fight off two bumbling cat burglars after being accidentally left behind at Christmas. Kevin! Fortunately, Kevin is able to fend off the wet bandits, and on Christmas Day is reunited with his family, whose absence has only made his heart grow fonder. Audiences immediately fell in love with the irresistibly cute Kevin, played by Macaulay Culkin, and the slapstick antics of the two thieves, wonderfully portrayed by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Home Alone was #1 at the box office for 12 straight weeks, and eventually became the third highest grossing movie ever up to that point, only being bested by Star Wars and E.T. Although the film wouldn't work today, in the era of the internet and cell phones, people still love to watch Kevin kick some bad guy butts every single Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life. Every time a bell rings, well, you know the rest.
An angel gets his wings.
That's right.
Because what Christmas movie is more iconic? The story of Jimmy Stewart's George Bailey being pulled back from the brink of suicide by his guardian angel, showing him all the good he's accomplished in the world, is the perfect heartwarming tale to bring the family together at Christmas. The film is also director Frank Capra's favorite piece of his own work. And considering that he also directed It Happened One Night and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, that's pretty high praise. But unlike some of the other movies on this list, It's a Wonderful Life was not an instant holiday classic. The film was released to mixed reviews, with some critics thinking that it was overly sentimental, and it actually lost money at the box office. But flash forward to the 1970s, and It's a Wonderful Life's producers allowed the film to enter the public domain, and television stations started to air it at Christmas without having to pay a fee. This led to audiences rediscovering and falling in love with Capra's Christmas classic, and the film has been a holiday must-watch ever since. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Sometimes parents try too hard to provide what they feel like are the best, most perfect experiences for their families. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation tells the story of one such man, Clark Griswold, who tries to have the happiest Christmas ever with his family. Griswold, played by Chevy Chase, hilariously and repeatedly fails in his attempt at a postcard-worthy Christmas. Redneck cousins unexpectedly arrive.
Shitter was full!
The Christmas tree burns down, and Griswold receives not a hefty Christmas bonus, but instead a coupon to a Jelly of the Month club, which is the gift that keeps on giving the whole year. Thanks, Eddie. The farce eventually ends happily, however, as Griswold realizes that Christmas isn't about giant trees or thousands of twinkling lights, but rather about the people you spend it with, even with all their quirks and oddities. The film's soundtrack also instantly became a classic, with the title track Christmas Vacation and Bing Crosby's Mele Kalikimaka
Mele Kalikimaka is a thing to say.
Still being heard today on the radio during the holidays. All in all, Christmas Vacation is the perfect movie if you need to forget about your troubles and laugh at someone else's during the hectic holiday season. White Christmas. There is a long tradition of movies being inspired by just a song title. Think Pretty Woman or Dazed and Confused. But probably the most famous movie based off a song is the holiday classic White Christmas. The song first appeared in the 1942 movie Holiday Inn and was so popular that writer Irving Berlin decided to base a new movie completely around it. The film stars Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye as a song and dance duo who team up with two sisters to put on a show that will save the bed and breakfast owned by their former commanding officer in the army. They ultimately succeed, everyone falls in love, and there for once is actually a happily ever after. White Christmas was a smash hit when it was first released, grossing over $100 million in today's money, and it remains a Christmas classic to this day.
Well, how do you figure that?
I'm not sure, but daylight's beginning to glimmer.
In fact, the movie is still shown in theaters across America every holiday season. Elf. Generally, when you think Christmas classic, you think of a movie that has been around for a while. So far, the newest movie on the list has been 30 years old, plenty old enough for parents who saw it in theaters to now be showing it to their own kids. But Elf is one of those rare movies that really did become an instant classic.
You sit on a throne of lies.
A must-watch every year. The movie follows the story of Buddy, a human raised by elves at the North Pole, with Papa Elf being played by Bob Newhart and the legendary Ed Asner as Santa. Buddy must now depart on his journey to find his actual family.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
And assimilate to the real world. What follows is a brilliantly funny and poignant portrait of a fish out of water. Buddy, played with childlike enthusiasm by Will Ferrell.
And I'm singing!
Hey! There's no singing in the North Pole.
Yes, there is!
finds it hard to shake his elvish upbringing. He is constantly adding syrup to spaghetti, making miraculously fabulous paper snowflakes, and generally experiencing life with a wonder that often gets sucked out of adults as they age. Buddy is even able to bring Christmas joy to his irascible father, played by the great James Caan, thereby saving Santa and Christmas, and adding a little joy into our own hearts in the process. And there you have them. Some of the holliest, some of the jolliest, some of the cheeriest Christmas movies of all time.
Santa's coming to town! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
Now I know everyone has strong opinions on this subject, so tell us, do you hate any of these selections? What cherished Christmas movie did we leave off? We can always make a round 2. Let us know down in the comments. We read everyone. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. If you don't, you'll go right on the naughty list, and all you'll get this year is coal. From all of us here at Do You Remember, thanks for watching.